Hi, I'm Harry Patience Davies and I'm a storytelling coach. I want to talk a little bit about networking. Now, whether you are freelance, whether you work for yourself, whether you work for a company, networking is an underrated skill to work on. I think there's this assumption that if you're a friendly person, then networking is a joy for you. And I'm going to tell you, I'm a very friendly person and I get a lot of energy from spending time with the people that I love and being in social situations. And I hate networking with a fiery passion. So here's how I make it work for me. There are three things that you need to keep in mind to make networking easier, especially if you're somebody who finds it very uncomfortable. Thing number one, set yourself a goal. I think one of the problems with networking is whenever you're there, you feel like you have to do everything. Rather than feeling like you have to do everything, set yourself a goal. Say, you know what? In networking today, when I'm going to this event for an hour or an hour and a half or 20 minutes or whatever it is, what I want to do is I want to add 3 new people to my LinkedIn. And so I know that I need to either have a conversation individually with 3 people who I find interesting enough to say, hey, do you want to connect on LinkedIn? Or I need to have a group conversation with people and go, oh, I'd love to connect with you all on LinkedIn. What's your names? But 3 people is a really realistic goal. That also means that once I've done that, I can leave. I don't feel I have to hang around and just keep talking because maybe I'll meet somebody else. 3 people, realistic goal. Thing number 2 is have a list of things that you are comfortable talking about. Now, this could be the nature of the event or something which has just happened. If you've gone to a talk or a Q&A, you can say, oh, that was an interesting question, and try and have something from there. But I often prepare for myself, again, a list of about 3 to 5 topics that I can talk about. And that might be something like, did you see the recent sports result? Or I just read something really interesting about storytelling and memory. Or even, hairdresser's favourite, got any holidays planned this year? But if you have in your head, or possibly in a post-it note in your pocket, a list of 3 topics you feel comfortable talking about and asking questions about, then when you get to that dreaded lull in conversation, when you're like, oh, nobody wants to talk to me and everything's gone quiet, you can say, hey, did you see that story in the paper about, and just start something off, right? The third thing that you should remember about networking is that, honestly, most people hate it. Whenever I go to a networking event and I am honest and I say, you know what, I always think this is just so uncomfortable, randomly making small talk to see if we get on, generally people laugh and go, yeah, I know. So if you're feeling really, really uncomfortable, don't be afraid to go, well, this is a bit awkward, isn't it? It's like being first day of school. And sometimes making a joke out of the anxiety, nervousness, or awkwardness that you have can just make both you and everybody else feel that little bit more comfortable. After all, networking is a completely artificial situation where we're all trying to present the best possible versions of ourselves to see if we can either make connections or find work. So, as it is a bit weird, if it feels a bit weird, say it's a bit weird. Then go back to one of your pre-selected topics of conversation.